And I want people to know that the real driver of the entire random attack on me from the president, and the reason why it was tinged a little there with some race, was actually his top advisor, Laura Loomer. I am told specifically that she was ranting to people because this is when she was deep in the throes of her psychosis about how she wasn't invited to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, which she was already upset about. And because she was out there throwing everything, which we'll get to later, making up rumors about me and my family, she demanded a tweet of support from Trump. In fact, that is what does explain the hint of racism behind the tweet. She is truly manic, and leading up to Trump's tweet, she had been
The hint of racism? It was racism.
and particularly focusing on my race, and I will just let you hear the things that she was saying before Trump dropped the uses rich white men section. Take a listen.
I just remember her always talking about how she wanted to be like a suburban wife. Like she wanted to drive like a black Escalade. She used to talk about how Club Monaco was her favorite store, and she always just wanted to have like a white husband and be like, you know, married to like a established white man. And she used to tell me like, oh, I don't date black men. And she's like, in fact, when I was in high school, I was known as the girl that would like go to the club and basically steal your man. Like that's how she literally used to talk. And she would say, there was something just like really satisfying to me about being a black girl from the hood, being able to like walk into a ritzy bar in Greenwich and leave with the hottest white guy there and basically like ruin the relationship of like the popular white girl. This is how she used to speak. And for some reason, there's a lot of people that are really afraid of this nappy-headed black bitch who just has a lot to say, but not really a lot to offer. So I'm not afraid of Candace Owens. Candace Owens is just one resentful ghetto black bitch. Like that's literally what she is. She's a racist too. Like you could listen to this, and I'm not a racist person, right? Like I don't hate black people, but I say she's a ghetto black bitch because you have to listen to the way that she has so much resentment for white girls, like white girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. And you know, I'm originally a blonde too. I have blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Maybe that's why Candace has so much resentment towards me, but listen to the way that she describes how traumatizing it was for her to go on a play date as a young black girl in Connecticut at the home of a wealthy white blonde girl with blue eyes. And she really sees Erica Kirk as that white blonde girl that got everything that she wanted while her mommy and daddy didn't love her. Mommy and daddy didn't love me, and I was jealous of the white blonde girl growing up who had mommy and daddy, so now I'm going to dedicate my life to destroying every pretty white blonde girl that has a happy family, because I don't have a happy family.
Yeah, a lot to unpack there. Not really worth unpacking. It's just too insane. I do genuinely believe that she is on the brink of needing to be committed again. But the point in all of these lies, I met someone, who goes to the club in who's going to the club in high school? I've never in my life.
Well, here's the thing, Candace. Here's the thing. You're not in no position to be calling Laura Loomer racist because you was in bed with these people for years. You defended these people for years, Candace. How dare you sit up there and cry racism? Seriously. You ain't in no position to be doing that shit. Because let me tell you something, guys. If this was 5 years ago and Laura Loomer would have said that shit about another black person, Candace Owens would have got her motherfucking ass out here and defended that shit. And tried to convince you that Laura Loomer wasn't racist. She's done this on many occasions. So how dare Candace try to come out here and try to play the race card? Or no, all of a sudden it's racism when it's directed at her. Nah, nope. Can't do that. We ain't gonna let you do that, Candace. You defended the racism on multiple occasions. You was complicit with this shit. All that bullshit you was saying about Trayvon Martin. All that bullshit you was saying about Breonna Taylor. All that bullshit you was saying about George Floyd. Fernando Castillo, all that shit. White Lives Matter. White men are victims. Yeah, you was pushing all that shit. Nah, we ain't gonna let you try to play this race card. No, that's not racism. I mean, seriously, guys. Candace Owens, she was complicit in this shit. She got out there and defended this racism every time on multiple occasions against black people. So no, we're not gonna let you do that.
Actually been out in Greenwich, Connecticut. Nobody had that kind of money, obviously, as you just mentioned, following that. But this entire thing, you have to recognize what to pull away from this is that she was going on an unhinged racist rant, and then she was able to make a demand that the president of the United States issue a Truth Social supporting her mania. And it was a demand, I want to be clear, that I am told specifically that Susie Wiles was staunchly opposed to. Credit to Susie Wiles. That she came up against that and said this is a very bad idea. And yet Trump's team overall conceded. The question is why? That's a very important question. Why did Donald Trump concede to a lunatic? There has been, of course, a very long-standing rumor that it's because she has blackmail on him, a rumor that I'm reticent to believe, right, because it's Laura Loomer, but it has something to do with her having relations, that she went on to Air Force One years ago, as we all knew, and then began telling people that she had relations with Donald Trump. Again, it's Laura Loomer. So don't just take it with a grain of salt, take it with a grain of crack cocaine, okay? But the point is, we are now able to demonstrate that she's able to force the administration's hand, okay? So do I believe what she is going to allege, whatever they're afraid of? Probably not, if I'm being honest. But is she now threatening them into compliance, or she will make his life a living hell, as she says? I won't stop. I'll post your grandkids, your mother, your father. I won't stop until I get what I want. Probably. They probably just don't want to deal with Laura Loomer. Either way, that is a type of blackmail in my view. That's a type of emotional blackmail. Okay. And that very real notion that our president, who it seems randomly attacks people on her behalf. So when you're wondering, why did he send out this crazy tweet about Tucker Carlson or Megyn Kelly? If you go onto Laura Loomer's feed, you will see that it's her focus of the week. It's whoever Laura Loomer happens to be attacking. That should be noted. Because there is no way in hell that Donald Trump, who has never, by the way, pushed send on his own tweets, that was the job initially of Dan Scavino during his first term. And now it's been widely reported that on Truth Social, that's the job of Natalie Harp. Trump is not using AI to doctor that. He did not hit send on that. And the question that journalists should be asking is who did it and why? And we are going to leave that open-ended as of now. But I did want to reply fully and let them know that I am not in any way embarrassed by that, and I will not be playing DC blackmail games. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Man, Candace, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Now, mind you guys, I don't hate Candace Owens, but I'm gonna hold her ass accountable regardless of what anybody think about it. Candace Owens went out here and defended these people for years. All of a sudden, when she was on that good side, these people weren't racist. When black people were getting disrespected left and right by people like Charlie Kirk and these other right wingers, these people are not racist. She was around here wearing White Lives Matter shirts and stupid shit like that with Kanye West. Nah, we ain't trying to hear that bullshit. And all of a sudden, now you want to call racism when it's directed at you. And we tried to tell your ass these people can't be trusted. You didn't listen. Now you getting this smoke. Now they're treating you how they would treat us. And good for your ass. I don't feel sorry for you. Good for you. I'm glad that shit happening to your ass. Good for you. Let me know what you think in the comments, y'all. This your boy M-A-Z. Mazo Speaks. Like and subscribe. Hype the video. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.